Hi, and welcome to my industry city. It's about 10 in the morning and the traffic is just getting busy. My aim for this was to try and use all of the different industries in the Industries DLC, plus the fishing one from Sunset Harbour. I think we pretty much achieved that. It didn't come out as neat as I wanted it to. The idea was to make a really geometric city, so I started by going through carefully trying to flatten the land and draw out 6 different hexagons, one for sort of the way into the city and the main part of the city, and the others, one for each industry and then one for the fishing as well. That kind of went okay, but it was really slow. But then as I started to draw, I realized that it was difficult to make these things fit together. But what I had done was probably something a little bit more akin to normal land use planning, which was to zone the city. And so I'd ended up with these nice 6 zones. So I built around those 6 zones, and this is kind of what we ended up with. Okay, so the city is based on the lagoon map, and it kind of looks like this as we head into the night. We have got 90% traffic. But we ended up drawing a lot of extra roads in this area here to create a kind of a ring road effect. I think what we've actually ended up with is something that is very akin to an industrial town that might be in England, where you've got all the industry facing around the port, but then you've got the big kind of ring road that runs around the outside of the area that manages to keep the traffic away from the main bits of the town. And as always, we've got a massive fire, which is even better. So as I say, the cities then kind of split into these 6 zones, and you can kind of see them there. So we've got the forestry area here, we've got the oil and petrochemicals in this area, we've got the boats in this area, we've got the farm over there, and we have got the digging over here. So let's have a look around the areas. So I based them mostly on having some of the key unique buildings in the middle. So this is the forestry area. It's looking quite nice, surrounded by forests, and these are kind of the main buildings in the centre. This is then kind of linked into the oil district, which is over here. What I tried to use is all of the buildings that come with the Industries DLC on this map, and so every single one has been used somewhere or another to make the city work. So that's the main buildings, but also we've got the digging out of the ground over here with all the oil, and as you can see, this is where all the lorry traffic is generated from. We did some good work on the boats as well, so we built out this little harbour that wasn't on the main map, and so we have each different type of fishing going on, as well as the boat construction yard over here. And so as you can see that the fishing boats, some are going out this way to fish for the tuna, and others are going out to sea to fish for the various other different types of fish. I think that looks quite nice. The city, the residents of the city generally live in the centre of the area, and then they can access their work. So we've got the bridges coming across, and then this nice kind of canyon that runs through the middle with the lake. Over here we have the farming industry. As you can see, we've got all the various different types of farm activity going on there, and this is like a little gyratory that runs around the area to kind of keep the traffic moving. It just about works. But I didn't move the resources from where they were on the map, so I had to live with where they are. That's why the farm is closer into the centre than you would want, whereas the main bit of the quarrying is going on a little bit further away from the city, although it did mean we were able to fit in this nice asset that relates to digging out from underneath the water. And yeah, so this is that area, and as you can see, we've then got all the assets that relate to the quarrying functions that are going on over here, and you've kind of got a new town that builds up around here at the back, and that is the majority of the city. It's not necessarily the most gorgeous thing, but it is an industrial city that has tried its best, despite not necessarily having the advantages of a beautiful town. And that's it. I think it's fulfilled the brief. Whether it's the most perfect city, I shall leave it for you to decide.